The day my sister sold my mother's house without telling me was the day I realized blood doesn't always mean loyalty. Our mother had died 3 months earlier. Cancer. Slow, cruel, and humiliating in the way it strips away dignity before it takes life. I was there for every hospital visit, every sleepless night, every whispered it will be okay that both of us knew was a lie. My older sister, Claire, visited twice, both times for less than an hour. She said work was demanding, flights were expensive, life was complicated. I believed her. Grief makes you generous with excuses. After the funeral, the house felt sacred to me. It was small, old, full of creaky floors and fading wallpaper, but it was where we grew up. Every wall held a memory. My mother had always said the house would belong to both of us one day. Equal, she would say. No fighting. I promised her we wouldn't, but promises only work when both people care about them. 3 months after her death, I drove over with groceries and cleaning supplies, planning to spend the weekend sorting through old things. When I pulled into the driveway, a strange car was parked there. 2 strangers were standing on the porch measuring the doorframe. "Can I help you?" I asked. The woman smiled politely. "We just bought the property. We're checking renovation plans." My stomach dropped. "You bought this house?" "Yes, from Claire Thompson." "Claire, my sister." The words felt unreal. "There must be a mistake," I said quietly. The man looked confused. "She said she was the sole owner." My hands started shaking. I stepped back toward my car and called Claire immediately. She answered on the 3rd ring. "Oh," she said casually when I told her where I was. "You found out." "Found out what?" "That I sold the house." My throat tightened. "You sold our mother's house." "She left it to me legally," Claire replied. "You know how she worried about your financial decisions." That wasn't true. Or at least, I didn't think it was. "You didn't even tell me," I whispered. "What difference would it make?" She said impatiently, "It's just a house. The place where our mother taught us how to bake cookies. The living room where she comforted us during thunderstorms. The porch where she spent her final summer watching the sunset." "Claire," I said slowly, "that house meant something." "It meant maintenance costs," she replied. "And the bear paid well." Then she added something that cut deeper than the sale itself. "You've always been too sentimental to move forward." The line went silent. I sat in my car staring at the house. Workers inside were already discussing paint colors. 3 months. That's how long it took for my childhood to become a renovation project. For a few days, anger filled every corner of my mind. Not just anger, betrayal. Claire and I had never been extremely close, but we weren't enemies either. Growing up, she was confident, ambitious, and practical. I was quieter, more emotional. Our mother used to say we balanced each other. Now I realize something painful. Claire never believed that balance mattered. To her, I was just the weaker one, the one who wouldn't fight back. But grief does strange things to people. Sometimes it breaks them. Sometimes it wakes them up. I started digging into the legal details of the estate. The will had been processed quickly after the funeral. Claire had handled most of it because she said she understood the paperwork better. I trusted her. Another mistake. A lawyer friend helped me review the documents. The will does name Claire as primary inheritor, he said carefully. My chest sank. But he continued, tapping the page. There's a condition clause. What kind of clause? If the property is sold within 12 months of inheritance, 50% of the proceeds must be distributed to the second beneficiary. I blinked. Second beneficiary? He looked up. You. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. Claire knew that clause existed. She had too, which meant she sold the house quickly, hoping I wouldn't notice, or hoping I wouldn't understand the paperwork. My lawyer friend smiled slightly. Legally speaking, he said, your sister owes you half the sale price. I asked how much the house sold for. When he told me the number, I sat back in shock. Claire hadn't just sold the house. She had sold it for almost triple what it was worth 5 years ago. Developers wanted the land, which meant my share wasn't small. It was life-changing. I called Claire again that evening. "You forgot to send my share," I said calmly. Silence. Then a soft laugh. "You actually read the will?" "Yes." "Well," she said slowly, "I assumed you wouldn't. I want the money transferred by Friday." Her tone hardened immediately. "You think you deserve half for doing nothing." "Mom wrote the clause," I replied. "Not me." "You're unbelievable," she snapped. "You always play the victim." "No," I said quietly. "I just follow the rules." The money arrived the following week. Claire didn't include a message, but I knew she was furious. And strangely, that gave me peace. Not because I wanted revenge, but because, for the first time in our lives, Claire had underestimated me. With my share of the sale, I could have done many things. Paid off debt, moved somewhere new, taken a long vacation to forget everything. Instead, I did something unexpected. I bought a small property outside the city, old, run down, full of potential. It reminded me of our childhood house before my mother spent years slowly fixing it. I renovated it carefully. New floors, fresh paint, a wide wooden porch facing the sunset. When the work finished, I placed one final thing in the living room, a framed photo of my mother, smiling the way she used to when she believed everything would be okay. 6 months later, Claire called unexpectedly. "I heard you bought a house," she said. "Yes, with the money from Mom's property." With my share, I corrected gently. She was quiet for a moment. "Do you think Mom would be proud of what you're doing?" she asked sharply. I looked around my new home. The sunlight was pouring through the windows. Warm, peaceful. "I think she'd be proud that I remembered what mattered," I said. Claire scoffed. "You're still living in the past." "Maybe," I replied softly. "But at least I didn't sell it." The conversation ended quickly. Months passed. Our relationship never fully recovered. But something inside me had changed. I stopped waiting for Claire to treat me like an equal. Because equality isn't given, it's taken. One evening, while sitting on my new porch watching the sunset, I realized something my mother once tried to teach us. Family doesn't mean people won't hurt you. It just means the pain feels deeper when they do. Claire thought selling the house would erase the past. Instead, it revealed the truth. She valued profit. I valued memory. And in the end, we both got what we wanted. She got the money. I got something she never understood. A place where the past still felt alive. And this time, no one could sell it without me knowing.